I will tell you what is true about Roth IRA. Roth IRAs do phase people out for making contributions if they are above a certain income limit. So basically, if you make a healthy six-figure income, the rules say you're not allowed to make a contribution to a Roth IRA.
Okay.
But people say, well, isn't that the whole point? I thought if I made too much money, I can't make a contribution. That part's correct. But there's been a change in the law ever since 2005. Anybody with a traditional IRA can convert to a Roth IRA, and there's no income limit to do what's called a conversion. So ever since 2005, what people have been doing who are in the high income brackets, in order to have money in a Roth IRA, what they do is they call it a backdoor Roth IRA. It's been around for over a decade. Every CPA should know this, and still to this day, some CPAs who haven't opened a book in the last 15 years still get this wrong. If you want a Roth IRA, you make a six-figure income, it's easy.
Welcome to the Nicholas Brown Podcast, a podcast talk show about real estate investing, business leadership, and personal development. Each week, we explore current real-life case studies about how to build financial independence through investing in real estate to build your personal portfolio through passive income models, along with interviews from the top business leaders and personal development leaders. Now, here's your host, Nicholas Brown.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. I'm excited. This is, like I said, a special series 3. We're going to talk about cash flow, but we're going to have an episode. I got 3 top guest authority figures, which right here, I'm so excited. You met him before. You got a little ins and outs of Nate Hare. He's a self-directed IRA expert. Look at the previous episode. You'll get more input on there. But now, this episode is going to focus on, ladies and gentlemen, myths of IRAs. Because people, matter of fact, I just recently sent him a video before we record this, of what slightly misinformation that's out there on the YouTube, that's out there. So, welcome to the show once again, Nate.
Thanks, Nicholas. Always a pleasure being here with you.
Thanks, bro. I'm excited to get this going, though. But ladies and gentlemen, this episode here, make sure, again, you subscribe. Whether you're watching, whether your podcast is basically on here, we're focusing here on YouTube because people like, know, and trust. They communicate different by audio and visual. That's the purpose of we're pretty much focusing here on this next 90 days for YouTube. So share this information for people to get educated on there because of this time here. So before we begin on here, any gripes and groans you got? How's your day going, Nate?
Oh, it's going great. No, we're rocking and rolling. I enjoy being here because now you got me all jazzed up because you showed me a video with misinformation. I hear misinformation all the time. I always got to correct people and tell them what's real, what's true, and I'm just ready to rock and roll.
Okay. I'm going to put it in your hands, though. But Nate is going to, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to go over the myths because there's a lot of myths about IRAs. I'm going to back. I may plug that in if you guys ask for it in the comments. I may plug like a part of that of what's slightly incorrect though. But there's myths about IRAs, which he's going to execute. He's going to educate you on there because you have traditional and you have Roth, which I didn't know. As we go to, you can create as many types of Roths available, but it's structured on your needs. That's the purpose of you getting with an authority figure, experts such as Nate. So Nate, you go ahead, man. Tell them about what you want. What do you want to discuss on this episode, sir?
So let's just start with the one that you sent me. That Roth IRAs are only for people with middle income or lower. That has been a myth for the last decade, even longer. And it's crazy how many people still think that if you make too much money, you cannot have a Roth IRA. It's absolutely not true. Now, I will tell you what is true about Roth IRAs. Roth IRAs do phase people out for making contributions if they are above a certain income limit. So basically, if you make a healthy six-figure income, the rules say you're not allowed to make a contribution to a Roth IRA.
Okay.
People say, well, isn't that the whole point? Like, I mean, I thought if I made too much money, I can't make a contribution. That part's correct. But there's been a change in the law ever since 2005. Anybody with a traditional IRA can convert to a Roth IRA, and there's no income limit to do what's called a conversion. So ever since 2005, what people have been doing who are in the high income brackets, in order to have money in a Roth IRA, what they do is they call it a backdoor Roth IRA. It's
Okay.
been around for over a decade. Every CPA should know this, and still to this day, some CPAs who haven't opened a book in the last 15 years still get this wrong. If you want a Roth IRA, you make a six-figure income, it's easy. Make a contribution to a traditional IRA. There's no income limit to do that. And since there's no income limit to convert that traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, you convert it the very same day or the very next day. It's
One
called
quick point,
Yep.
because I'm talking what people not aware of, wasn't aware of. You always get each year you have what's called contribution amount. I think that's where people get confused. So if I had a 200,000 traditional IRA, and I'm looking here where it says, because of my age, the max contribution, I think it says on there 22,000 or something. Don't get that confused. That's what you're saying.
So contributions are what you take out of your pocket and add to the account. So the
Okay.
22,000 is for 401ks and employer plans. If you're just talking IRAs, the IRA contribution limit for traditional and Roth is $6,500 a year.
Gotcha.
If you're over 50, you can contribute an extra 1,000. So it's $7,500 a year if you're over 50. Now, it's a good point that you brought up. Conversions have no income limit and no amount limit. So let's say you do have a $200,000 traditional IRA, you can convert the entire thing, that $200,000, over to a Roth IRA that doesn't go against your contributions.
Okay.
Conversions and contributions are completely two different things.
Hey, listeners, interested in retirement planning? Whether you've got a 401k, no savings at all, or you're somewhere in between, we've got you covered. Subscribe to our retirement planning newsletter for expert tips and insights. Secure your future today. Click the link in the show notes. Okay, gotcha. So personally, if it was 6,500, I need to personally show that I put the max of 60, for example, 6,500. So if I had 200,000 or whatever, I can add that on to the 6,500.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so 200,000 is just your current balance. What you add to it, you might be limited to. So
Gotcha.
6,500 is the max you can. Now you don't have to put 6,500 in. That's just the maximum that you can put in.
Gotcha.
You can put in less.
Gotcha. Okay. Just learning. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, but that's myth number one. That's basically anybody, regardless of your income today, can have a Roth IRA. Just have to understand how to navigate through the rules.
This is Larry Pellenton, CPA for PC Financial Services. Thank you, Nick Brown, for inviting me to the Nicholas Brown podcast. Check it out. Check out our episode, and looking forward to hearing back from you.
Gotcha. What's the next type of myths?
So the next one, I would say this one. Here's one that I get a lot, is that IRAs and 401ks can only buy stocks and bonds. That is a myth. That's been a myth since 1974 when IRAs were created. And here's where a lot of this misinformation comes from. It comes from financial advisors and stockbrokers who want their clients to only invest in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. They never tell their clients that you can invest your IRAs or 401ks into things like real estate or private companies, startup companies, small business, oil and gas interests. The rules with IRAs and 401ks as far as what investments you can hold, they only limit you to two investments you cannot own in a retirement account: life insurance contracts and collectibles. That's it. So if you run into a financial advisor that says, no, you can't buy real estate in your IRA, A, they're wrong, but B, it's even more than wrong. They're probably trying to convince you to not invest your IRA in real estate because they don't want you to take your money and invest it somewhere else. They want you to keep it with them, which is not the way a financial advisor should operate.
Special announcement. Interested in retirement planning? Got a 401k? Or no savings at all? We've got you covered. Subscribe to our newsletter for expert tips and insights. Secure your future today. Click the link below. But that's the thing, though, Nate. As we said earlier before, I mean, most recording, you don't know what you don't know. Which
exactly
with the people that's working a 401k or some type of employment, they're not aware that they can control their money and have they can transfer that, or they have some type of
Yeah.
control of access, because it's their money, it's their savings that they're
Yeah.
using to make a profit off of in the market for the
Right.
stock. Am I correct?
Correct.
So they have
They're
control
licensed
of that.
yeah, they're licensed securities brokers, and it doesn't make them bad
Gotcha.
people. That you
Right.
just
No.
understand the nature of their business. They make money selling investments. So their best interest for themselves is to have you keep buying stocks, keep buying mutual funds, because they get their brokers fees, they get their commissions. If you want to invest in real estate, they don't make money on that. You can do it. You just have to have an IRA with a company like Directed IRA that allow you to invest in anything the IRS allows, and we don't make money on the investments. But it is important for people to know that they have more investment options. And I think that that's one of the
Mhm.
biggest misconceptions that keeps people away from using self-directed IRAs is because somebody tells them that they can't do it.
What's going on, family? Johnny Lottom here, the military CEO, and you're rocking with the best with the Nicholas Brown Show. Let's go.
Okay. Gotcha. What's the next type? We're about to wrap this up. We got about 5 more minutes, ladies and gents. What's the next type you normally get?
Here's one specific to real estate. And again, I like a lot of different investments, but I like talking about real estate because you mentioned something early in the program. You mentioned cash flow. Now, one thing that real estate as just an asset class gives you that stocks don't is it gives you appreciation and it gives you cash flow. Okay, you don't get that very often when you buy a stock. You might get appreciation, but you don't get rents, right? So real estate is one of the best investments on earth because it has multiple streams of income. Now you apply that investment into an IRA where those multiple streams of income are now tax-free. That's a game changer for most people. That's a life-changing event. But here's the misconception most CPAs will tell people to convince them not to invest in real estate. They'll say, why would you invest in real estate in an IRA when you don't get depreciation in an IRA? Why would you need depreciation in an IRA when an IRA doesn't have to pay tax? The only reason you need depreciation is to offset tax.
That's right.
An IRA is not a taxpayer. So it's a moot point.
Right.
So CPAs that say that, I just want to say, so you're telling me just because I don't get depreciation in an IRA, I shouldn't invest in real estate. Even though I'll make more money investing in real estate, I should just invest in stocks just because of the fact that I don't get depreciation. It makes absolutely no sense at all. I want to invest my IRA into the best possible investment that gives me the best return. And if real estate gives me better return and it's not taxed, I don't care about the depreciation. I just want better return and better financial growth and financial freedom when I retire.
Special announcement. Interested in retirement planning? Got a 401k? Or no savings at all? We've got you covered. Subscribe for expert tips and insights. Secure your future today. Click the link below. One more thing before we go, 'cause I think it's important because the listeners and the watchers, they don't invest, so they want to be a little bit hands-off, which you said before earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do private lending, private notes on there. But my point is there's different types of Roth IRAs. And I want you to press a point, or you have case studies also by HSA. Just give them a little sample of that, because I don't think, because that's what the video was talking about also, where you can't just go and take your money. That's where one of the misconceptions is slightly incorrect. Can you share a case study or explain what an HSA is and give the example?
Yeah.
Because you didn't have plenty of example over 10 years.
No, of course. Yeah. So a HSA is a health savings account. So a lot of people have health savings accounts that even their employer sets them up with a health savings account. The health savings account is one of the best tax advantage accounts to have because when you make contributions to an HSA, you actually get a tax deduction. So it's like contributing to a traditional IRA, but it's in a different type of account. Now, I can invest in HSA just like I invest a Roth or traditional IRA. I can buy stocks, I can buy mutual funds, I can even buy real estate in an HSA. But the distributions work differently. I can take distributions out of my HSA profit the same day I make profit. I don't have to wait until retirement. It's an account that I can use today, provided I use those distributions to pay for qualified out-of-pocket health expenses, which are anything my insurance doesn't cover. Things like co-pays, doctor's visits, acupuncture, eyeglasses, dental work. Think about all the things as an American family you're paying for today when it comes to medical related that you're paying for out of the money in your back pocket, which is probably the most expensive way to pay those expenses, because you're taxed on the money you put in your back pocket. That's off your earnings.
Mhm.
If you want to consume more medical goods with the same amount of money, start investing in an HSA where you can grow that bucket of money tax-free and take distributions to pay for the same expenses you have today, but do it without doing it out of your earnings. And that is a game changer for people to understand how to pay for current expenses with tax-free money, not just for retirement.
Special announcement. Interested in retirement planning? Got a 401k? Or no savings at all? We've got you covered. Subscribe for expert tips and insights. Secure your future today. Click the link in the show notes. Awesome. Awesome. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm going to get my watchers and listeners prepared for your next and final episode, but I want you to give them a little teaser, a little nugget, or whatever what it takes, because the purpose of this video and the time of this series we're coming at the end of the year. So between October, November, and December, what are you normally coming across, and what should you suggest for someone who want to get an IRA or self-directed IRAs? What do you normally come across at this time of the year that you would suggest someone to do?
Yeah, so at this time of the year, I would say from now all the way until April 15th or whatever tax filing deadline is.
Okay.
This is where you want to start thinking about making your contributions to your accounts for 2023. Because most every account you have, Roth IRA, traditional IRA, SEPs, Simples, 401ks, HSAs, ESAs, you can make contributions for this year all the way until April 15th of next year. But once we hit January 1st of the following, you can make your 2024 contributions. So it's not so much by the end of the year, but you've got a sweet spot from January 1st to April 15th, where you can make 2 years of contributions for every single plan that you have. And that's a way to kickstart your IRAs, is by influxing them with some capital that you can invest tax-free for the rest of your life.
All right. All right. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, as I always say before, preparation determines your destination. So he's getting you prepared between October and December, where he's going to get prepared for next year. So that's going to be the next episode and the final episode of this series, Cash Flow, that he's going to go over. So thanks for coming on to this episode, Nate.
Thanks again for having me. I always appreciate the time.
All right. Look forward to your next episode, sir. All right.
As always. Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. As I always end, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day. Thanks
for joining us on the Nicholas Brown Podcast. Make sure to visit our website,
www.nicholasbrownrei.com,
where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too.
If you like this show and you're interested in retirement planning tips, then check out our free newsletter located on our website, www.nicholasbrownrei.com/newsletter.
Be sure to tune in for our next episode. And remember, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.